What up? It's your boy Wall Street. You heard? Today I want to talk. 'Cause I just be talking. You know what it is. And, today I just want to talk about some real stuff because, that's what I like to do. I like to talk about basketball. I like to talk about real stuff too, though. And as one of my favorite rappers, Lil Wayne, aka Lil Weezy F Baby, said, was, I'm Ray Charles to the bull. And I want to talk about something today that is, in my opinion, making things very difficult for people of all ages, but specifically, the younger generation that's grown up with TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, social media, all that stuff. And I think how I want to start this off is by giving you guys a quote, apparently by Theodore Roosevelt. Not really sure how accurate that is, but let's say this is Theodore Roosevelt's quote. And that quote is, comparison is the thief of joy. Okay, I'm gonna say that one more time. Comparison is the thief of joy. And it's funny, I actually went on a Hinge date a few weeks ago, and a girl told me that was her favorite quote, and I was like, wow, that's awesome. It's also one of my favorite quotes. Long story short, did not work out between me and this girl, but that's a story for another day. At least she has good taste in quotes. But the reason why I think this quote is so important, and it really embodies what I want to discuss, is with social media being as prevalent as it is in today's day and age, people are constantly looking at other people's lives, or people's lives as shown through a lens, which is the internet. And I find myself doing this as well all the time, where it has actually led me to put like a screen time cap on certain apps. Like I have like a 15 or 20 minute cap on Instagram, or I think it's a combined cap between like Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and something else, maybe TikTok, I think. Because I find myself, when I start looking at that stuff a lot, I start thinking like, oh man, like my life sucks. Like, what am I doing? I should be out, doing all this crazy stuff. I should be out there working out. I should be out doing some cool stuff. I should have millions of dollars, like all that shit. And it just creates this like vicious, spiraling, negative feedback loop that, I get caught in my brain, where I'm just like, oh, but you can't put the phone down because like people are just, their attention spans are so short. My attention span has gotten very short. I'm trying to expand it, try to literally stay off my phone as much as possible. The only app I really pay attention to now is YouTube, because I like YouTube and I can kind of look at stuff that I want to be curated to me on YouTube. I try to stay with the long form videos as opposed to shorts, even though, I'm still going to watch a couple of shorts here and there, you know what I'm saying? But, the reason I wanted to make this video is because it's very easy to get wrapped up in what you don't have and who you aren't when you go on Instagram or any other type of social media. And it can be really, depressing for people, and you can get into really bad, mindsets and headspaces by doing this on a, repeated basis. So my advice to you guys is, find a way to channel your energy differently. Try not to be on the internet as much. Try not to look at content that is going to make you feel bad. Like, if you're just, all the content you're looking at is bad, then maybe, definitely limit your time on the internet. But if you can, control what you're looking at, you can look at videos that are talking positively, ones that are more relatable, and things that don't really expose you to all of these things that other people are doing, that's going to make you jealous or envious or anything like that, then, do that. But sometimes you just have to limit your exposure, right? And sometimes that's a struggle to do something like that. But if you can be disciplined in that regard and just, not, I guess, sink into, troubling ways, then you'll be good. But I think it's super hard for, young kids, let's call it kids that are in high school and college, young adults, even people in their 30s and 40s, like they get caught, on Instagram all day just looking at what other people are doing. And then they finally put the phone down after like 2 hours of scrolling, and you're like, oh, like I'm just sitting here in my pajamas. It's 3 p.m. Like my whole day's gone. You know what I mean? Like, and you just get caught up fantasizing about what other people are doing. Like people have such, loose lenses on reality now because of this as well, where you're like, oh, all of this is possible. I'm not gonna lie to you, a lot of these people on social media are faking. They're not doing real stuff. They're renting, Lambos and whatever for YouTube videos and, 30-second clips that they're gonna put on Instagram. Like, you just have to be realistic with yourself and not use anyone else's success as a parameter for your value as a human being. Okay? Like, you just have to understand that you're doing you. As long as you're putting your best foot forward and working on yourself every day, working towards your goals and staying focused and driven and motivated, like, you're going to find happiness. You're going to, progress yourself way more than any of these people online are, so you just got to keep at it. You just got to keep at it for sure. And like, I know, I mean, like, it's tough for me to say because like I make YouTube videos. Like this is a big part of what I do. I make music, I make beats. So like staying in the loop and being on Instagram and checking in on what's going on is, something that I kind of like have to do, but there's a way to do it in a business-like way instead of like constantly looking at it from like a personal lens, being like, oh, I'm not as good as this guy because he had a, Hot 100 song by the time he was 21, like, and you're 30 or you're 35. Like, who cares, bro? Just keep making beats if that's what you like doing. If you don't like it, then stop. But you don't need to, everyone's story is going to be unique, and you need to focus on crafting your story, okay? And as long as you stay focused on crafting your story and doing what you got to do, your story is going to be more valuable than anyone else's once you get to that point, right? Because you're going to care about your story. You're not going to care about everybody else's story. So just do what you got to do, and, try not to always fall into comparing yourself to other people and, other ways of life, because it's just not worth it. You're going to waste so much of your time where you could be using it to just improve and turn your life into what you want it to be, right? Instead of, sitting there and focusing on what someone else has because, you want it to. Who cares? Life is unfair, but as long as you put your best foot forward, keep striving for greatness and striving for what you have to do day in and day out, you're going to be rewarded. That's without a doubt. So keep your head up. Pick your head up, king. Your crown fallen. You feel what I'm saying? But don't compare yourself to others. That's just a dark path that you don't need to go down, right? If you've been going down that path, try to fill up your day with other activities, right? Like go for a walk, go for a run, play basketball with your friends, go swimming, go to the beach. I don't know, do something, right? Just get your mind off of, going on Instagram and, being bored and just scrolling on your phone, because that's where you really sink into, negative thought patterns. So if you guys have more suggestions for other people, though, things that have helped you not compare yourself, please leave some comments down below so some of the other people watching this video can, see what works for you guys, and maybe they can try it out. Maybe you guys will bond over that. So let's keep the discussion going. We're all about positivity and moving forward. So that's what's up. I'll catch you guys later, though. Stay safe, handle business, stand on business. Peace.